Welcome to law school. All success in life is based on obedience to universal laws, what we call the constitution of the cosmos. So the way you achieve anything is by learning the laws, aligning yourself and your goals to it, and then of course taking massive action. Anything that's not the way it should be simply represents a violation of one or multiple of universal laws. There's a television show called Law and Order, but understand that the first law of the universe is order. Everything does follow a pattern, everything does follow a sequence, including time itself. The measurement of time may be an earthly construct, but time is what gives everything value and what allows everything to be proven true or false over the course of time. This is why it's called Father Time and Mother Nature. Everything in nature is governed by the laws of time, which is part of the laws that govern order. The 4 seasons will always follow in the same order. Night will always follow day. Rain will always follow sun. Opportunity will always follow disappointment. The law of mentalism lets us know that thoughts are things. Everything in the universe, whether seen or unseen, tangible or intangible, are expressions of conscious thought. The law of correspondence, more popularly known as the law of attraction, lets us know that as within, so without, meaning that your external world is simply a reflection of your internal world. Everything you see, have, and experience externally simply represents what's going on internally regarding your mind and your heart. The law of cause and effect, better known as the laws of sowing and reaping, lets you know that for every action, there is a reaction. You are free to make any choice you want, but you're not free from the consequences of those choices, whether they are immediate or delayed. The law of gratitude lets us know that the more grateful we are for the things that we receive, the things you already have, the more blessings you are likely to receive. It's easy to understand the closer you live to water, the more water you're likely to have. Similarly, the closer you live to the source of all blessings, the more likely that more blessings are to come to you. A grateful mind creates a movement of force towards God and will naturally create a movement of God towards you. The law of use lets us know that anything that comes to you is supposed to pass through you and create even more. If you don't use it, you lose it. This applies to everything, whether it's time, money, talent, resources, relationships, or even knowledge. If you don't use it, you lose it. The law of compensation, otherwise known as the law of increasing returns, is part of the law of cause and effect, except understand this. Every seed that's planted always produces more fruit and more seeds than were planted. So that applies to every mental seed, every physical seed, every financial seed, every emotional seed. It's always going to multiply. The law of averages lets us know that success is mathematical. It's not emotional. Anything done with consistency, a ratio will ultimately appear. If you have less productive hours in the day than productive hours, you will have an unproductive day. If you have less productive days in the week, you have an unproductive week. If you have less productive months than productive months, you're going to have an unproductive year. It's that simple. The law of diminishing intent tells us that the longer we take to do the things we know we should do, the less likely we actually are to do it in the future. The law of non-resistance lets us know that if you don't control your subconscious mind by design, someone else will automatically control it by default. And if you can control how someone thinks, you need not concern yourself with the things that they do. So if you wish to succeed in life, you need to first learn the laws of the universe, align yourself and your goals to them, and of course, take massive amounts of action. Remember, freedom isn't free. Do something today that your future self will thank you for.